Hey, all, happy Friday. Do we have a fun time planned today, Trenton? Because the Wheel of Good Fortune is out in front of us today.
It's making another return. And Mom,
Yes, it is.
I gotta say, I saw a comment. Somebody said you're becoming the new star of the show.
And that is true.
Oh,
And they also said, I don't know if you saw this or not either, but somebody also said that if Mom really puts the wood to us, and I know you hate that phrase. There were some other comments about that.
I saw you. I heard you hesitate.
That's just what we. Never mind. We'll get into that. But if she happens to get the best of us during one of the price games, she should win some form of a prize.
Will you let us?
Yeah,
You
what do you
guys
think
let
of
us
that?
know what you guys let us know
Yeah.
what that is, and
Yeah.
we'll make it happen.
Yeah, on the price game.
Yeah.
Well, this one here, y'all, we just spin the wheel and whatever category of whiskey comes up. What's on the front, honey? I can't read it. What you got?
We've got bourbon,
Yep.
rye, single malt, Japanese, Irish, Rebecca's choice.
Yeah,
Oh, it was Rebecca's choice
Last
last time.
time was Rebecca's
we thought it was
choice.
Irish. All of
Yep.
it was Irish.
So you ready, buddy? We're going to
Yep.
spin the wheel and we'll see. And
Now remember, they can't see behind.
I can't.
so
I
they have
can't
no idea
see.
what they land
And
on.
before we pause out to let Rebecca do her thing, I'll spin it again so
Yep.
it's obvious we have zero idea what's
That
going
was
on.
like a really.
Was that lame?
Give it another one.
Well, last time I did it went on forever, it seemed like. So I tried to get a little less.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, give it another go.
There we go. All right, everybody, we'll be back in a few minutes and we're going to hope for the best.
Okay.
Wish us luck.
And we're back. And Trenton, I have one question for you. How do you like those black Glens that we're sporting now? That's probably freaking you out a little bit.
No, I'm really out of my element because I can't. Usually, I
know.
look and at the. It gives me somewhat of an idea of what we might be trying, and I can't see anything.
He, honest to God, that's exactly what he does right there to all of them. Every time we do any blind, that's exactly what he does first, and that's exactly what he does second. So,
Is American single malt an option? Oh, it might be Rebecca's
single
choice.
malts. Single malt is in there,
Oh.
right, babe?
Okay.
Single malt's in there.
B smell a little side. B. Yeah. B. I like how we have them labeled and stuff. On
This
the
is
glass.
really nice, man. Thank you for all this,
Now, does
Trenton.
everybody know that they can buy those Glens?
Yeah, you can buy these if you want. We only did 200 sets. The link will be in the description if you want to check them out. Yeah, I'm really out of my element. We're start with A.
This is wonderful. I never look at the color, so it doesn't bother me at all. It's just something I don't pay attention to. Trenton, I can see him shaking a little bit.
It smells like asbestos.
Weird now. How would you even?
No,
have
I don't
any-
know what asbestos
Okay,
means.
all right, all right. You're gonna get me going right off the bat.
I saw you do something.
Well, it's different.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat. There's some barley action going on in here for sure.
Okay.
Now that could lend to 4-grain. Okay, 4-grain bourbon. It could lend to single malt in some form or fashion. It could lend to Irish whiskey in some form or fashion. There's a lot of ways if I smell some barley. Most Irish whiskey, if I'm not mistaken, I shouldn't say things, but I'm not mistaken, it's 50% barley, 50% malted barley, most of it. Pot stills, different ways to distill it. But American single malts is 100% malted barley, but aged in new oak, and then you have Scotch, which is 100% malted barley, aged in some form of used barrel.
I get a little bit of a liquor, like an anise.
Yes.
Anise.
Yes.
Anise. Yep.
Yeah, I got a little biscuity, malty.
It's almost like
kinda
pancakey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pancakey. I can roll with that.
All right. Wait, are we? Yeah,
Nice.
we're trying it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. Now,
I get a little bit of a
it's a little thicker on the edge.
little bit.
On the tops there, a little bit different too.
A little bit.
For me. Go ahead, buddy.
A little bit of a coffee.
Yeah, that
Something.
barley note's really shining nicely. I love it. That is kind of first and foremost on this one. Is the biscuity, pancakey. Even Trenton called it on the aromas. I can roll with that even on the palate. That's kind of first and foremost for me.
I get a little bit of it's like kind of tinny. Little tinny, and I do get a little bit of that anise coming in on the palate.
A little bit, and I got a tiny bit of a peach note.
I did not get a little bit.
And it's in the background. So don't get me wrong. but tiny bit of an orchard fruit there.
I did not get any bit. You did
Pretty
not
good.
get any bit of a peach note.
That's nice,
I
babe.
wish I did.
That's pretty good.
C. Oh no, C. I'm on B. Okay.
Don't skip ahead.
I know. Bready. It's like a bakery.
Wow. Yeasty.
Yeah. I don't know what yeast smells
Bready,
like. But
bready is 100%
yeah.
dead on.
Wow.
Like you'd buy a loaf of bread at the store, and when you first open it, you first take the little ties off and you open it.
Yeah. But a little, it's fresh though. It's got
Right.
a nice, fresh aspect.
That's what I mean
Yeah.
about when you first buy it. You know,
Yeah.
it's not been sitting around for a while.
Nice. I forgot we're writing stuff down on these.
Wow. That's different.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, at first I was getting, okay, that's another malty type note that we going on. So we obviously are drinking something on an Irish whiskey note, single malt note, you know, could be American single malt, Scotch.
It's
something
not
along
Japanese.
those lines.
It's not light enough to be Japanese.
I would think not too.
No.
I would think not too. So this one though, the malt note started out in the front of the palate to be really nice, you know, biscuity like I always kind of, but then it kind of turned a little pungent for me,
Yeah.
just a tiny bit.
I
But in a true characteristic type form though. It's weird to say it, but
Yeah, it's weird to hear because I don't understand what you mean. But I part of me thinks that we got another Rebecca's Choice here. Because I feel like
keep forgetting about that.
I know. I forgot about it last time because we were so dead set on it being Irish. If you were to say that Irish was first, I'd say, okay, I can kind of get that. But
that one there,
B is
throwing
like,
me off.
It's weird. It's
throwing
not
me
like
off.
anything I've ever had.
And what I meant, I guess in your terminology, it turned a little pungent, but in a good way. Kind of how like if you
In a good
cook
way?
up some mushrooms, you know, and mushrooms can be kind of like that earthy, kind of pungent type. That's what I got out of the malt note, which is unusual for me. I did not get any fruit notes out of that. Did you?
No, it's bitter, but I like the bitterness. It's almost got this like pungent. I get like this kind of an unpleasant grassiness to it that I
Okay.
don't particularly care for.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say pungent, not in a bad way, but I'm not too keen on the finish here.
Yeah, to me, that is, how's the right terminology? I don't know. It seems like some form of a distillery or release that's really true 100% focusing on that barley organically in some form or fashion. I don't know.
It's interesting.
It's very interesting. Okay.
Okay, on to C.
Yeah.
The fact that we do not have clear ones and I can't see is really kind of bothered me.
I knew it would. I knew it would for you,
Yeah.
which makes it even more fun.
Big Sharpie note on C. Big.
Okay, I will say this. When it comes to Irish whiskey, I don't usually get Sharpie notes. So, you know, we're rolling around what
Yeah.
this might be. I usually don't get Sharpie notes. I usually only get those with single malt Scotch type peated
Yeah.
type whiskeys.
Office supply store. For sure.
I can't argue with that. That's the hard part.
No, I'm sorry. Very young tasting.
It's not my favorite.
I think it's got this like barky note to it that I actually do kind of like. I get a little bit of a cinnamon in it, but it's almost too watered down. I'd imagine this is a lower proof, and it's not really punchy like I would really hope that it would be with the other flavors going on in it.
Yeah, barky. I love that.
Yeah.
Barky. But it is lower proof too. It's just okay for me.
It almost wants to have this like chocolatey note to it, but it's not quite there.
Yeah,
it's like if the
hasn't
chocolate hadn't fermented correctly or the
hasn't
cocoa.
progressed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those whiskeys, Trenton, that's sitting in the middle. It wants to.
Yeah, it does.
It wants to get there, doesn't it?
The little whiskey that could.
That's exactly right. Perfect.
All right, on to D. I'm really at a loss because I feel, well, we'll see what A brings.
Now, truly, well, that's pretty good. Truly,
Ooh, that's like Hershey syrup.
really good. Truly, I want to know, do you feel like the black blends are affecting your blind? This is the first blind for Trenton on the black blends. And not for me, because I really don't look at that. But do you truly feel it's kind of affecting you in the way you observe what you're sipping?
I'm probably psyching myself out.
Probably.
And I mean, when I look at a whiskey, we're not professionals here. So I look at a whiskey and it gives me some idea of what flavor profiles I might be looking for. Whereas this, it's on first sip. I'm very analytical, as Kurt says a lot. So when you take something out, it's like really kind of, it's throwing me off my game. And not that I had a game to begin with either. So let's make that clear.
It's just sparks are flying. Okay. I love the aromas here, dude.
It's seriously like a Hershey syrup, like the chocolate syrup that you get from the grocery
wonderful.
store. You mix with the milk, you make a nice chocolate milk.
Yeah, a little light fruit note in there too.
I like that a lot. It's fruity, chocolatey.
Yep,
little
chocolatey,
zippy.
fruity.
Yeah, that's
Definitely some orchard fruits in there, well balanced.
yeah.
A little bit zippy, like Trent says, so probably a little bit higher proof.
Is it sour?
It can be a little
Yeah,
sour.
okay.
Sure.
I'm
Hey, which sometimes I refer to wild turkey as sweet and sour. So a sour note can go really bad, but it also can go very well, in
I think
my
in this
opinion,
it's nice.
as far as balance is concerned and complexity.
Get a little mocha that carries through. And when you hear the word like a sour chocolate, it sounds nasty. Like I was told that I should go to Albanese and buy chocolate covered gummy bears. That sounds terrible. I guess they make those.
I did not know that was a thing.
It sounds terrible. Why would you want to mix the two?
Right.
I don't understand.
You got two great things on their own.
Yep.
Yep.
But you got chocolate covered strawberries. You got chocolate like there's that. It works.
Yeah, it does.
For some people, not me.
does.
I like D a lot. This is my
too.
first place out of all these. I'll say that.
What? We haven't even pushed out the first one yet, and you're putting that up there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna push C out first. I forgot how we did this.
What?
I got sick brain.
What? This whole black lens just throwing you completely off your game, bro.
It is.
I'm just gonna say that right now. I have to admit, with Trenton, C took my lowest score as well. Now, Trenton, honestly,
A and B is gonna be tough.
A and B had an extremely close score for me first time around.
For me, my third place is going to be A. The only thing that's kind of thrown me off a little bit about it is the anise. I don't think it works with the rest of the flavor profiles that it has going on in it.
I'm going to push out A as well, but I want to ask you a question. When I sipped B again, it was somewhat reminiscent of the Middle West pumpernickel rye with that little bit of a fireworks note, as you recall it to be. Not as prominent, but somewhat. And that's why I left it in. It's unique. Very unique.
I could see it a little bit.
It's a very unique barley note.
I'm talking with my hands now.
You're getting like me.
I know. The breadiness to B, I could see what you mean. But for me, because I like the Middle West pumpernickel so much, This overpowers a lot of what else is going on in it with the bready notes to it. And I
Okay.
love bread, don't
Okay.
get me wrong. But with the anise notes in it, overpowered almost everything else. This is a little bit more balanced with the lack of the anise.
I truly picked B over A only for that bready and that almost pumpernickel type note that's coming out of that for me. And I understand it's not quite like that,
Yeah.
but it's kind of reminiscent of it. So for me though, Trenton's already spoiled the whole show, so I am going to push out B next too, because whatever is in A or D, my apologies, is really good.
I don't think that. I feel like there's a commonality between these. There's not enough different unless if you got Rebecca's Choice, you went with like the same of one thing.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, if she went with Rebecca's Choice, she could have just picked
Hey,
Japanese.
one thing I learned last video, when was that, honey, when we did your choice or whatever we did? It wasn't that long ago. And I mentioned it a couple times during the video. She's learning way more than what we're giving her credit for.
Yep.
And if she had Rebecca's Choice, I don't think we'd be tasting similar notes.
No.
So I think the wheel stopped on something.
But she likes a good theme. So you got to think too.
I suppose so. All right,
I
honey.
don't know.
Are we going to ask what was on the wheel first? Is that what we did last
Do
time?
you have a guess as to what you think it is?
I think they're Irish whiskeys myself.
Okay, Trent.
That's me. I hope I'm not wrong. I think so.
Rebecca's Choice?
I understand it though.
Because I know she
It's
likes
a
to
bit-
play the games.
And that's it.
Yep.
Trenton, this is his analytical mind in gear. Me, I'm just like, well, God, all tastes like Irish whiskey to me. That's just how I am.
I don't really drink Irish whiskey though. So I can tell that this is something that I don't normally drink, but that means like I don't usually drink Japanese. I usually don't drink single malts. I usually like there's a lot of stuff that I stay in my wheelhouse and I experiment sometimes. But I like what I like.
Truly, if I'm picking something for myself, I truly go with a variety all the time.
Okay.
All right, honey, you go
Well-
for it.
The category was Irish.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's what we guessed last time and we were wrong.
Well, this one here, all of them had that similar barley type note that's a little different from American single malt and Scotch.
Okay.
All right.
So C is fourth place.
Yes.
So I don't have
Oh no. Are you serious?
cider. Tullamore Dew cider cask finish.
Oh no.
Is this a 375?
Which one was this, honey?
It's a 500 milliliter. I didn't even know they made that
Well,
size
I'll
anymore.
get to it. Which one was this?
C.
C? Oh no.
Why do you keep saying oh no?
Well, I'll tell you.
Uh-oh.
I'm very interested as well.
I work, most of you know, I'm a drywall contractor. I've been here in Porter County my whole life. Dad was a drywaller 40 some years before he passed away. So it's something we've done forever, right? I've worked for a company. They're called Sunshine Homes. I've worked for them for 25 to 30 years.
Oh no.
The owners of that company are Jay and Lori. They're good friends of mine. And they were actually in...
Jay's the one that came down here that one time?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry,
yes, yes, yes. And they were actually visiting, and he picked this up for me, and he actually texted me to say, "What don't you have?" And so that's why the size of the bottle and everything. He actually bought this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
in Ireland
Interesting. Okay.
at the distillery at Tullamore Dew. So, Jay, if you're watching,
Does he watch?
I don't know, but at this point, I'm hoping he doesn't watch this show.
Well, Jay, text him if
I-
you watched and just let him
I
have it.
personally hope you don't. I'm sorry that it was in the last place. Which side's it go on, babe? We do this wrong every time. Trent and I are not the
I think it's your
smartest.
side.
I think it's the other side. Is it, honey?
I don't know. You always do it wrong.
I'm just
way in
gonna.
my
All
book.
right.
Put it on
I'm gonna
something.
go with Trenton's side. How about that?
All right, third place was
Yeah.
A.
All right. Oh, okay. Wow. Harry had this bottle, Trenton, and I bought it like not 6 months ago, probably last year sometime.
I'll let you read these because I know nothing about Irish whiskey or how to
This
pronounce
is Tyrconnell. Tyrconnell single malt, aged 10 years, port cask finish. I bought this from Harry last year, towards the end of last year, because it wasn't that expensive. My apologies, I don't remember how much it was.
Okay.
But I got it because it wasn't that expensive. So this is a single malt Irish whiskey from Turkano, and finished in port casks.
It's interesting that there was that much anise
It's
influence in
very.
it with a port finish.
And which one was that again?
That was A.
92 proof that one was.
Okay.
I liked that one. I really did. The only reason that I picked it over the next one was because of that very unique barley note that was coming out of it. But I kind of liked A2.
Okay, well, B was second place.
Yep. Well, that's why. That's why.
I have no idea.
What?
Waterford Irish single malt whiskey organic.
Yeah.
Giaia? Gaia 1.1. I don't know what that means. It's got this nice.
It's a very organic type malt note that's in there.
Makes a lot of sense.
I was kind of at first. I think that was the one. Was that the one I said? Oh. But I was really getting into that eventually. I haven't sipped a lot of this, to tell you the truth. I bought it last year sometime.
You gotta think of that Pat's.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I like that.
It is 100 proof, Trenton.
That's pretty good.
Which one was that again, honey?
That was B.
Since I know you love all this when we drag it out, don't you? Mm-hmm. I can smell it before I even drink it. I don't have to drink it. That is that unique, pungent, mushroomy type. I thought it was great.
Okay, D was first place.
Oh, well, okay.
I
Okay.
have this one at home.
Do you?
This is the Redbreast 12-year cast strength.
Yep, no wonder
And
why.
I knew that one was going to be a good one.
It is a good one.
That's the only one I knew out of what I picked.
So out of... Oh, I didn't even see the glaring hole in the Irish shelf.
No, that wasn't. There were some others there, and Kurt took them off the shelf.
Okay.
So those were.
The only thing I know about Irish is Redbreast, and that's only because I have this exact one, and I have the blue spot. That's the only Irish I have. And I can't tell you the last time I had either of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm looking for, and it's interesting because I know nothing about these brands. I know nothing about these distilleries, so I'm not particularly rooting for one. I just know that I bought the Redbreast because it came so highly recommended, and I bought the Blue Spot because it came highly recommended.
Yeah.
Past that,
And,
I don't know.
And truthfully, there's no wonder why Redbreast cast strength came in first place.
That's really
It's a fabulous. My favorite style of Irish whiskey is
Single
pot still.
single pot.
Single pot still. Which Redbreast is, and it's the cast strength. So there's no wonder why we're getting a little bit of that biscuity note with all those beautiful fruit orchard notes in there. It was, to me, head and shoulders better than the rest, to tell you the truth. But I really was digging this.
I
I
like
have to
this
get
quite
into
a
that a
bit.
little bit more.
Yeah, I like that quite a bit. Honestly, I think it's really solid.
Babe, you did a good job, as usual. I don't know how you pulled that one off, because you absolutely don't know anything about Irish whiskey for sure. And I feel I have some regret on this one only because it was a personal gift. However, the lineup doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me. So
It does for me because I didn't know what I was expecting to begin with.
once again, the wheel provided a fantastic blind. I had a great time.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, really. I love doing
Oh,
that.
this is like a whole glass thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to me when I opened it.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
like Penelope's rosé cask when you can't get the cork off because it's
Yeah.
like it's
At least
this
that one
stuff.
can get off.
At least you can get this one
Yeah.
this one off.
For sure.
And I was interested to see the Glens with Trenton because I knew he looks.
I thought, yes, honey, I thought the Black Glens lended. Let us know in the comments. I know a lot of folks don't watch till the very end, but let us know in the comments what you felt about the Black Glens. I thought that kind of puts us a little bit on a more of an equal playing field.
Equally sure, but when it's clear, you can also look at the color, and I can look at the color. It's equal opportunity either way. It's just this we're a little
It
bit more.
is, but you know I don't.
But you should.
But
It's good to analyze what you're drinking before you drink it.
This is true.
Yeah.
That is true. All right, guys, I hope you had a good time. I'm telling you right now, I did. So let's just say that.
No, it was fun. It was
It was good.
It was interesting.
Yes, it was. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. And as always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time right out here with... What was that?
Say that. Try it again.
Well, we'll do that again. Cut and again. We'll see you next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.
Kyle, don't cut any of that. Please don't.